Okay, so today I want to answer the question, how do you generate a speaking career or business? And I know some of you are starting out very intrigued by how I generate my speaking business, and I want to share a little bit about that. Others of you may have been doing it for a while and are hitting a plateau, as many of you who have been out in the industry for a while, probably experiencing this, that the speaking industry has changed because there's a lot more speakers out, there's a lot more competition. How do you get ahead of the competition? Well, there are good ways of getting ahead of the competition, and I want to share some of this with you. So, the first thing to do is really it's a question of branding, because how you brand yourself puts you apart from everybody else. So it's important to do that. The second is that you want to message smartly, and I'll cover a little bit of that. So in terms of the branding, now, there's colors and having a nice fancy website now, totally all for that. But the most important thing in your branding, if you really want to start selling quickly and get off the ground quickly, is to answer two questions. The first question is, if you're speaking to sell a service or a product, you want to identify at least 4 compelling reasons why people want to buy that service or product, which is once you've done a speaking engagement and you're selling that, okay, you got to identify what are the top 4 compelling things that you're selling. Now, it doesn't matter if it's tangible stuff that you're selling or intangible stuff you're selling. You want to identify 4 compelling reasons why people want to do that. That's going to help in your branding further down the road. It certainly helps you to sell while you're speaking. The more important question for the short term is you want to come up with 4 compelling reasons why someone who wants to hire you to speak should even have a 5 to 10 to 15 to 30 minute conversation with you. How are you going to help them in that time frame, and 4 ways that you can help them. Now, an example of this is the event organizer. You're speaking to an event organizer. A lot of these people are harried. They're just trying to find a speaker. They're rushed, but they don't want to find the wrong speaker. So part of the one of the 4 things you can give them is how you can specifically help them to make a decision, not just about you, but other people too. Now, you'd be surprised, a lot of event organizers, despite their experience, haven't really thought this out very clearly, and they appreciate getting the feedback. Now, I'm not saying that's true all the time, but fundamentally you want to come up with 4 compelling reasons why the event organizer or the people organizing the speaking event or the company or the corporation would want to hire you would want to even sit down to talk with you about hiring you as a speaker. You got to identify that, because if you can't sell that 5-minute appointment, then you can't create a flow, you can't create a pipeline, and that's critical to do. So that's in terms of the branding, just to get you going. Obviously, there's way more than that involved if you really want to do it for the long term. There's a lot more to think about. But that will at least get you off the feet, off the ground. The second part of this is in messaging. And what I found works is to create a campaign individually customized to each person as best as you can. So it's a campaign of email, direct mail, and phone calls. And you have to do, this varies depending on the industry, but generally those 3 in combination, way better than anything else that I've been told by some other speakers who've been speaking for like 10, 15 years, most of whom already got a huge number of people in their pipeline. They can be busy. So that model works for them, but it doesn't work for people like you and me who are starting out or in their midterms of their speaking career. So what you want to do is to create a sequence. Now this is where the art comes in, because you have to determine what makes sense to send out a sequence. And what you want to send out are, like I said, direct mail, email, video clips maybe through email, and maybe postcards, and then phone calls as well, follow-up phone calls. And this is the fastest way I've seen, the most efficient way. It's a way that a lot of other people I know, I've heard speak about the speaking business. They tell me that too. These are the people who are actually making it right now. I suppose people have made it in the past and are still making it now. So it's relevant information right now. So what do you put in that as content? Well, you want to brand yourself not as a speaker, but really as an information producer. And if you don't have information that's your original information, you want to categorize yourself as someone who puts information together, as an information congregator and can present it, right? So you may not be an expert in social cognitive neuroscience, for example, but you've read enough about it to be able to put the information together in a relevant and easy way for people to understand. So you want to give articles like that out to them. Why do you do that? Why do you not sell your speaking just yet? Why do you train them? You want to be focusing on training and educating people or providing information. Why do you do that? Because if they are intrigued by your information, the event organizers, etc., the company people that you're trying to talk to, then it's going to be a lot easier selling you. In fact, you don't have to sell it. They'll actually come to you more often than not. It's my experience is that too. If people like your content and they see that it's unique, even if it's not your own, but it's unique because you're putting it together in a special way, then they're more likely to hire you compared to other people because they have a good feeling about you. You're giving information that's relevant. They feel more comfortable exposing their audience to you. Think about it. If you're a manager of a company, you've got 500 people, and you're going to take everyone's hour after lunch to have you come and talk to them, they want to make sure that there are people that are going to get relevant content. So I hope that helps you, and I hope that helps you at least start guiding your speaking career and business, and I wish you all the best. Again, if you have more questions, feel free to email me or contact me for a free consultation. I'll be happy to help you through your questions. Take care. Have a wonderful speaking career.